Brodes Media.
A lot of injuries, man. A ton of them. And some of them were really hard to watch. Tyree Cleveland laying on the field for as long as he did was scary. I'm praying for him. We got the update that he was moving his body. That's great news. Ojomo, very similar. He had to get a similar treatment to get off the field. It was definitely nerve-wracking for sure. A lot of guys were getting hurt. Nolan Smith and that shoulder, man, that dude's a baller. That kid is no joke. The way that he dips when he's getting around his offensive lineman, he's a stud. Okay, the fact that him and Jalen Carter both just fell for the Eagles is truthfully amazing. I cannot process it, but that kid is so lethal. You wait, and you get him in a rotation that already has Josh Sweat, Brandon Graham, and Hassan Reddick. You can't even think about a better opportunity for him to succeed around the National Football League. We're going to love him. I'm telling you. Now, speaking of Hassan Reddick, he's having thumb surgery. I'm not too worried, only because it does sound as if the Eagles organization is very positive that he will be back in action for Week 1. And I did spend some time with the Jason Kelce injury last year, feeling worried about him and his status. And they were like, yo, relax, everything will be okay. And it was. Last year was so massive for me because it was all about, I'm seeing what they're saying. I'm not believing until it's proven. And all they did was prove to me in many different areas of this team. So I know each injury is different. And because Jason Kelce did X, Y, and Z, it doesn't automatically reflect on how Hassan Reddick is going to recover from anything. At the same time, they did their offseason and their preseason and their training camp a certain way with a certain goal in mind. And it panned out really well last year. I'm sort of in they deserve my faith mode, which is scary. Seriously, I'm not telling everybody to do it. I'm not saying it's easy to do it. I'm just letting you know how I feel, which makes it difficult in this job because more times than not, you need to react to everything, and you need to start picking apart all sorts of information and all sorts of press conferences and everything they don't do. You want to feel strongly about either what they're not doing or what they are doing or all of it. Right now, they have my faith, and it really stems from Jalen Hurts and Nick Sirianni. To be honest with you, those two I'm loving, and I think that they put you in a great position. Even looking at what happened with the practice schedule this week with the joint practices with Cleveland. Okay, so day one was a stinker. They came out flat as hell. Why? I don't know. You would think you finally see a different opponent. You see someone else lined up from you other than your teammates. It's a different color uniform. Go kill them, right? I'm just saying, you think you take the field for that day, and there's already inspiration because of everything I just laid out. And they no-showed. But day two, Nick said something that resonated with them instantly. With the snap of their fingers, they completely dominated. So why did it look so awful early? I don't know. I don't have the answer for you, but I don't look at that as a negative. If anything, you're getting that out of the way. Here's your friendly reminder. If you think you're going to walk over any team on a Sunday, if it's Sunday 1 o'clock and it's someone who stinks, and you think, hey, we'll just snap the ball and be fine. No, you won't. You have to come prepared. You have to play the right way. You need to be dialed in and do the little things right. The details need to be absolutely crushed, or you will get stomped. Reed Blankenship's no joke. Reed Blankenship with multiple different interceptions, and if the ball's getting deflected by Cunningham, what's this team stress the most? You have to limit explosive plays or have a ton of explosive plays and then force turnovers. And if Cunningham is deflecting the ball and it's going up in the air and it's giving someone like Reed Blankenship a chance to get the football and then put the offense in a good position, or just turn the ball over in general if it's in the end zone and you get a massive stop. It's phenomenal, and I think Cunningham has made some noise, and so has NAKOBE Dean. So now transitioning back to that second preseason game, thank you for us finally getting a chance to watch NAKOBE Dean play the sport. He did have the penalty when the quarterback was sliding down. It did look like he hit him in the head a little bit, but he did force a 4th and short by making a tackle right by the sticks, and then he forced a fumble. So NAKOBE Dean's out there making some plays and making an impact instantly. Good for him. We needed to see that. And I like the fact that he responds to some adversity. Here's a flag. It was high. It was high. In any regular season game, that's going to be a penalty, regardless if you think the quarterback slid late and it was a really super late decision to go down on his ass. And it was. I think that he slid, realizing, oh, crap, I'm probably going to get hit here. And it was late throughout his thought process. But NAKOBE Dean is going to get called for that in this era. Okay, well, here's the turnover. Okay, here's a way for me to help out my squad. Let's knock that sucker out of the hands, and boom. Just a lot of bodies going down. That wasn't the case last year. We loved how healthy they were. A lot of guys. And the way Nolan Smith was walking off the field and jogging around the sidelines with his shoulder dipped down, and not the good dip, not when he's on one-on-one coverage and he can see the quarterback and he can sense it. He's always around, man. He's literally within a half a second from the quarterback. I swear to God, it seems every single snap. This kid is going to be gross. And I remember getting mocked and destroyed for saying, okay, if Jalen Carter does get plucked from somebody prior to the Eagles drafting, there's nothing wrong with securing Nolan Smith and rocking with him. Oh, but his size. Oh, but this. Oh, that's so underwhelming. No. Nolan Smith is a sick talent. And when you look at the room he's going to be learning from, you wait. Now, the fact they got both is, I'm speechless. Nolan Smith, gross. Haven't stopped thinking about it. But when you saw the shoulder and you saw him leave the field and go back to the locker room, I was holding my breath. The optics of it was miserable. There's no hiding around that at all. I was stunned to see him back on the sideline. I was stunned to hear, I think they labeled some of them as questionable to return. Like some were out indefinitely and others were questionable, even though they wouldn't actually return. That was the label next to the name. Okay, I guess it could be a lot worse. I guess it could be something way more hurtful to the heart.